Hello champions and happy Thursday. Today we're going to talk more about part-part whole ratios using tape diagrams. I know you're going to do a great job, and so does Mr. Smiles. Let's dive right in. Let's get started. Go ahead and write the Champion's Creed on the top of your page. I'm going to show you how great I am. Today you'll have a chance to show how great you are. Let's start by doing our do now questions. Look at the pictures below. What is the ratio of squares to circles? Well, there are 5 squares and 7 circles, so the ratio is 5 to 7. What is the ratio of red shapes to yellow shapes? Well, there are 5 red shapes and 3 yellow shapes, so the ratio is 5 to 3. What is described by the ratio 3 to 1? There are 3 yellow circles to 1 green circle. Now let's do a price per one problem. Kyron bought 4 bags of chips for $3.36. What is the cost per bag? Well, I can start by dividing $3.36 by 4. Remember to bring your decimal point straight up. How many times does 4 go into 3? 4 goes into 3 0 times. 4 times 0 is 0, and there are 3 left over. How many times does 4 go into 33? 4 goes into 33 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. When I subtract, how many are left over? 1. Now I can bring down my 6. How many times does 4 go into 16? 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. And when I subtract, there's nothing left over. So what's the cost for every bag? It's 84 cents. At this rate, how much would 7 bags of chips cost? To find this, I can multiply the cost of one bag, 84 cents, times 7. Go ahead and do that now. 7 bags would cost $5.88. Now let's do another problem. Paul bought 3 cans of Dr. Pepper for $3.51. At this rate, how much would 5 cans cost? Well, I need to start by dividing $3.51 by 3 to find the cost of 1 can. Go ahead and do that division problem now. Each can costs $1.17. At this rate, how much would 5 cans cost? Go ahead and multiply $1.17 times 5 to find the cost of 5 cans. 5 cans would cost $5.85. Now let's do number 7. Create a double number line to solve. Peter is training for a triathlon. For every 15 miles he runs, he bikes 20 miles. What's the ratio of miles he runs to miles he bikes? It's 15 to 20. Can I simplify that ratio? Yes. What goes into both? 5 goes into both. When I divide both 15 and 20 by 5, what's my new simplified ratio? It's 3 to 4. Now I can make my double number line. For running and biking. What am I going to count by for running? 3. Running is 3 in my simplified ratio. What am I going to count by for biking? 4. Go ahead and draw out that double number line now. Now you can use your double number line to answer the questions. How many miles does Alex run if he bikes 8 miles? 6. I can use the vertical pair to help me. How many miles does Alex bike if he runs 12 miles? 16. I can use the vertical pairing to help me. How many miles does Alex run if he bikes 24 miles? 18. I can use the vertical pairing to help me. Now let's write some division problems as fractions. What's 2 divided by 5? It's 2/5. What's 2 divided by 3? It's 2/3. What's 5 divided by 6? It's 5/6. Today we're going to solve more problems using tape diagrams. We're going to do 3 together, and then you're going to have a lot of chances to practice. When we draw a tape diagram, we want to draw boxes that are all the same size and represent our ratio. The ratio of boys to girls in a class is 4:3. There are 28 students in the class. How many students are boys and how many students are girls? First, let's draw our tape diagram to represent boys and girls. How many boxes should I draw for boys? I should draw 4. Boys represent the 4 in the ratio. How many boxes should I draw for girls? I should draw 3. Now I've represented the ratio 4:3 with a tape diagram. There are 28 students in the class. 28 describes the total number of students. So if I added the boys and girls together, there would be 28. I need to figure out what each box in my tape diagram represents. How many total boxes are there? There are 7 total boxes. So to figure out what each box represents, I can do 28 divided by 7. What's 28 divided by 7? It's 4. Each box represents 4. So, how many students are boys? Well, there are 4 boxes of 4. What's 4 times 4? It's 16. There are 16 boys. How many girls are in the class? Well, I have 3 boxes of 4. What's 3 times 4? It's 12. There are 12 girls. We don't always know the total. We have to use the information in our problem to help us. For every 3 blueberry muffins a baker sells, he sells 5 chocolate chip muffins. Yesterday, the baker sold 15 blueberry muffins. How many chocolate chip muffins did the baker sell? How many total muffins did the baker sell? First, let's draw our tape diagram to represent blueberry muffins and chocolate chip muffins. How many boxes would I draw for blueberry muffins? I would draw 3 boxes for blueberry muffins. How many boxes would I draw for chocolate chip muffins? I would draw 5 boxes for chocolate chip muffins. Now let's think about what we know from the problem. The baker sold 15 blueberry muffins. This time I'm not describing the total, I'm just describing the blueberry. 15. So what does each box represent? If 3 boxes represent 15, I have to divide 15 divided by 3. So each box is worth 5. Now I can answer the questions. How many chocolate chip muffins did the baker sell? Well, there are 5 boxes that are each worth 5. So I can multiply 5 times 5. There were 25 chocolate chip muffins. How many total muffins did the baker sell? Well, the baker sold 15 blueberry muffins and 25 chocolate chip muffins. I can add them together to find the total. There are 40 total muffins. Let's do one more example. The ratio of pencils to pens in an office supply drawer is 6 to 5. There are 25 pens. How many pencils are there? And how many total writing utensils are there? First, let's draw our bar model for pencils and pens. How many boxes should I draw for pencils? I should draw 6. How many boxes should I draw for pens? I should draw 5. There are 25 pens. This doesn't describe the total. This describes the number of pens. So what is each box worth? Well, 25 split across 5 boxes is 5. So how many pencils are there? Well, 6 times 5 is 30 pencils. How many total writing utensils? I can add the 30 pencils plus the 25 pens. There are 55 total writing utensils. Now let's do a few problems together. A frog catches insects for his lunch. The frog eats 3 flies for every 7 mosquitoes. If the frog eats 15 flies, how many mosquitoes does he eat? Let's start by drawing our tape diagram. Go ahead and draw a tape diagram to represent the situation on your paper now. You should have 3 boxes for flies and 7 for mosquitoes. If the frog eats 15 flies, how many mosquitoes does he eat? So 15 describes not the total, but the number of flies. What does each box represent? Each box is worth 5. So now we can answer the question, how many mosquitoes does the frog eat? The frog eats 35 mosquitoes. 7 times 5 is 35. Let's do another. Cora is building block towers. In each tower, the ratio of blue blocks to green blocks is 4 to 1. Cora used 25 blocks total. How many green blocks did she use, and how many blue blocks did she use? Go ahead and draw a tape diagram to represent this situation now for blue and green. I know that Cora used 25 total blocks. So what's each box worth? It's worth 5. 25 divided by 5 total boxes is 5. So how many blue blocks and how many green blocks? Well, Cora used 20 blue blocks and 5 green. Let's do another together. Joel is making a scarf. The ratio of knit stitches to purl stitches is 2 to 9. If there are 18 purl stitches, how many knit stitches are there, and how many total stitches are there? Go ahead and draw a tape diagram for this situation now. I know that 18 is the number of purl stitches. What does each box represent if 9 boxes represent 18? Each box represents 2. So how many knit stitches and how many total stitches? Well, there are 4 knit and 22 total. Now try some problems on your own. A basketball team wins 4 games for every 2 it loses. If it played 36 games, how many did it win and how many did it lose? Go ahead and answer that question now. Make sure you draw a tape diagram on your paper. The basketball team had 24 wins and 12 losses. Let's do another one. Another basketball team wins 3 games for every 5 that it loses. If it loses 25 games, how many did it win and how many did it play? Go ahead and answer that question now. The team won 15 games and played 40. Let's do another. A teacher buys packs of notebooks to give students. The teacher gives out 2 red notebooks for every 3 gold notebooks. If the teacher gave out 12 red notebooks, how many gold notebooks did she give? And how many total notebooks did she give? The teacher gave out 18 gold and 30 total. Let's try 3 more problems. The ratio of blue pens to red pens in a pencil case is 4-to-1. If there are 20 red pens, how many blue pens are there, and how many total pens are there? There are 80 blue and 100 total. Let's do another. The ratio of students in a cooking class to students in a robotics class is 5-to-4. There are 81 students in the 2 classes. How many are in cooking and how many are in robotics? Solve that problem now. There are 45 students in cooking class and 36 in robotics. Let's do another. At the zoo, there are 6 adult camels for every 5 baby camels. If there are 35 baby camels, how many adult camels are there? And how many total camels are there? Go ahead and solve that problem now. There are 44 adult camels and 77 total. You've done a great job on this video. Type in the link to practice at the top of the page and get started on your practice. I know you're going to do a great job.